Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Torrance Rudd. I need you to go ahead and hit the subscription button. Click the bell so you get all of my notifications for my upcoming videos. Hit the share button, and we're going to get it cracking.
There was plenty times, man, that I almost gave up. Now I'm on the road, worship mode is a labor. Used to be a struggle, keeping food on the table. I'm a living witness that my God is more than able. He did it for me, this I know. And I'ma tell the world everywhere that I go, yeah. Hey, that I am so grateful. Haven't been perfect, Lord knows that I've been faithful. And now I'm yelling, I tell them, baby, we made it. About to take my whole family on a vacation.
So I got my brother from another mother, Joseph Murray here, and we're just here to talk and chop it up about Religion Almost Killed Me. It's Religion Almost Killed Me Part 2. If you got any questions, please put your questions in the comment section, and I'll be sure to try to answer them as soon as possible.
Man, what's up, man? Thank you so very much for having me,
Man,
man.
I thank you for coming through, brother.
Man, you know, knowing you a long time, man, and man, thank you for welcoming me in your home, man, your lovely home, with your family, man, and man, I'm just excited, man, really, man, to just kind of chop this up, man. So thank you for having me. And I'm just happy to interview you, man. I think, man, you know, I've known you for a while, and still, man, I've watched you evolve and grow, and I think your story is amazing, man. I think it's dope, but I think the world don't know you. You know, I think they think they know of you, but man, your Religion Almost Killed Me album, man, no doubt. If they're close to you and really understand, you know, what you've been through, what you experienced, and how hard you worked, they would know that Religion Almost Killed Me is a true story.
Right.
You know, it's not just music, but it's actually a story.
Right.
Plus, it got some bangers on there. You know,
I appreciate that, man.
So listen, hey, if you don't have that album, Religion Almost Killed Me, you definitely need to get it, man. It got a little bit of everything, man. If you know, you want something, man, that you can sit back and really touch your heart, give you an opportunity to think about some things, it's on there. But if you just want to ride out, you know, and enjoy yourself, man,
Good time.
and he definitely got bangers on there too. But yeah, man, I'd just like to ask some questions because, you know, as you and I talked, and you just really, man, told me a little bit more about the story, man. And as long as I've known you, which has been for years, man, as we got an opportunity to talk, man, there was just more to this story, and I felt like man, this really needs to be shared with the world.
Yeah.
You know, that they just know that, you know, your song is not just music, but you was actually sharing a story. So, you know, man, if it's all right, man, I'd just like to ask some questions. We could just chop it up.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
So before we get started, like, how deep, you know, you want me to go?
Man, listen, man, I just want you to be raw. I just want you to be open, and I just want you to be truthful, man. I think that's what our people want. You know what I mean? Just, you know, raw, truthful, and open, man. So you willing to do that, right?
I'm willing to do it. I'm all in, man. Hey, if it was anybody else, then I probably wouldn't be. But you my boy, so I'm with it. I'm with it.
Exclusive access.
Yeah.
So listen, man, I got exclusive access, man, and definitely I want to share that with you guys, man. So, man, Religion Almost Killed Me, man. Like, just thinking about that title, man, it's deep, man. And for sure, I know it really has resonated with a lot of people. You know, man, just tell me a little bit behind why you chose Religion Almost Killed Me as the title of your album.
Well, honestly, bro, I really didn't choose the title. It was actually an experience, and this is the first album, this is the first first song that I delved back into after coming out of my situation. So, you know, I went through some things, man, and I'll just be completely honest with you. I went through some things with an organization called the church. And, I mean, it left me scarred, man. It left me scarred.
Yeah.
And so, you know, well, I don't know if you know or not, but whenever you are artists are trying to put together a project, you know, you have to think of a title that's hot.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I didn't have to think of a title. I just said, you know, it was just a term. I was just talking one day, and I was like, man, religion almost killed me.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, you know what? I'm just gonna name my project "Religion Almost Killed Me" because it really did almost kill me. You know, a lot of people think that it was just a title that I came up with. But no, it was actually my life experience.
Man, that's deep, man. You know, man, it's it's dope when people just their music is just a part of like their passion, right?
Right.
But I think it's a different. Not saying whether it's better or worse, but I think it's different when you actually lived through your music, right?
Yeah.
And that your title comes from experiences, right?
Yeah. Right.
So, you know, like I said, man, appreciate you sharing that with us.
Oh yeah. No problem.
You know what
no
I'm saying?
problem, man. Yeah.
I really appreciate that. So, man, just kind of walk through me as an artist, right? How vulnerable you got to be, not just to make music, but to actually like share your life. Because religion almost killed me, man, is a part of you sharing your experience in your life, and you opening up and being a lot more vulnerable.
Right.
So as an artist, like, how much of that do you want to share, and how hard is it to say, you know what, man, I'm just gonna put this out here. It's raw and it's real, but I got to do it.
Right. The hardest part of me sharing religion almost killed me and talking about it, opening up. The hardest part is me being a gospel artist and finding that thin line to where people won't think me talking about my experience is actually me dissing somebody or bad mouthing somebody. No, it's just me talking about my experience, and my experience is just so happen to have other people involved in it.
Absolutely.
So, it's not me. So I try to tread very carefully on what I say, but the truth of the matter, at the end of the day, my experience is still my experience, and this is what it is. So I always try to be mindful and stay in character. I'm not dissing, I'm not beefing, but it is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah. Man, and I appreciate you making that clarity, because I think sometimes when they hear a topic of, religion almost killed me, immediately they think about religion and your relationship with Jesus Christ.
Right, exactly.
And they feel like, man, if I'm having a separation from religion, I have to have a separation from Jesus Christ,
right.
Which, man, without a doubt is not so.
Right.
Man, fortunately, I've been able to have a lot of conversations behind the scenes. And, man, I think the situation really has strengthened your relationship with Jesus Christ. But really talk to me a little bit about, about how, man, the fact that I say religion almost killed me and I need to separate myself from religion doesn't mean I am separated from Christ.
Right,
like, break that down for me, because I think some people can get that mixed up.
Yeah. When I first dropped the title, Religion Almost Killed Me, a lot of people was like, whoa, a lot of people thought that I was no longer doing gospel music. That's not it, because religion is man's way of doing things. One of the scriptures that I love to quote is the Pharisees told Jesus, they asked Jesus, they said, why do you transgress against the tradition of the elders? Meaning, why are you trying to go against what we got this tradition, we've been doing it, this is how our grandfathers did it, this is how they did it, this is how we do it. So why are you trying to transgress? Why are you trying to stop that? And Jesus looked him square in the eye, and he said, why do you transgress against the tradition of God?
Man, yo, that's deep, man.
So we have, men have formed these rules and regulations, and they put these rules and regulations on people that Jesus never said, that God never placed, just the inner court type things, the way you dress, See, there's a difference, man. I don't want to talk too fast, but people always say, this is how you're supposed to dress. No, that's cultural.
Hey, man, come on, man.
If that's your culture, I understand that.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about.
But don't say it's God. Don't say, for me to have locks, don't say that God don't want men to have locks or such and such. Just say it's culture. If this is your culture, I understand it. But, don't say it's God, because then that changes the whole dynamic.
Yeah,
and now you put me in bondage. Because now, with the whole thing with religion almost killed me, I knew what God created me to do. I know but everything I was being taught, everything I was being told was contrary to what God put on the inside of me.
Come on.
So, we've gotten to where we are teaching culture as law.
Come on, man. That's hot right there, man. Listen, hold on. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't
man,
mean to break you up. I know I'm not supposed to do that, but listen. We're teaching culture as law. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's definitely something, man. Yeah. Man, expound on that, man. Keep talking about that.
So we're talking about culture. For instance, you have the Baptist Church, you have the Pentecost, you have Kojic, you have Apostolic. None of these are wrong. They just all of them have certain ways that they do things. may not prefer Kojic. You may not have been brought up Kojic. But the truth of the matter is if Paul said, I know nothing except for Jesus and him crucified.
Come on.
And then we start bringing all these other things in from our culture. I understand it. It's okay. But we can't teach it as law. We can't teach it as this is the way God wants it. See, that's where I say religion almost killed me, because it puts you in so much bondage. So when it comes to religion, which one is true?
Yeah, man.
You got a lot of religion, but you only have one kingdom.
Come on, man. Hold on. Yo, man. Like I said, man, we can really dive into that, man. You know, really talking about the kingdom, man. They're going to have to come back.
Yeah, y'all got to come back.
You're going to have to subscribe for that
Make
one,
sure
man,
you subscribe, man, because we're going to get into this culture versus kingdom.
Man, that's deep right there.
Yeah.
Man, and I think, man, for you to step out and to say, this happened to me, right? And knowingly saying that, you know, a lot of things were gonna come up. Right. Like there was gonna be some church pushback, right? There were gonna be people who like, okay, who he talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like that's people's first conversation being like, when he's saying, man, that he felt like, man, man's traditions or something inside the church abused him. They're gonna be like, man, who he talking about, right? And you know, I really loved how, you know, and that's how I knew, man, you know, God was with you, because, man, you protected the integrity of people, but also closed the store. So, you know, just really, a lot of people resonated with the album, you know, man, and they've had their experiences, right? You know, really like share with me something that you would want them to know, right? Because a lot of people are like, man, you know, Religion Almost Killed Me really touched me because I've had experiences. But they really don't know what to do next, right? You know, I mean, am I divorcing religion?
Right.
You know what do I do with that now that I've resonated with what you said?
Yeah. Paul said something that was so profound. Paul, you know, wrote half the New Testament, over half the New Testament. Very wise, very intelligent man. Knew the law.
Yeah, absolutely.
Forward, backward.
Yeah.
But when he actually met Jesus, he said, now I have to unlearn everything that I thought I knew. So
come on, man.
So the thing, what I want to say is, once Paul connected and became intimate with Jesus for himself, not what he learned, not what he read, not what somebody else told him, but when he actually experienced Jesus for himself, it changes everything. And so that's what happened with me.
Yeah.
I began to dive into God for myself. I began to speak to him for myself, and I learned his characteristics. Because see, here's the truth of the matter, and I must say this, you know, and I'm not trying to bash anybody, but the thing that opened my eyes was when I learned the characteristics of God, and people that I had so esteemed so highly were so intelligent, and the things that they taught, they knew the word, but I would see how they treated people.
Man, that's
I had to say that, you know.
Man, understanding the characteristics of God.
So it started, so now it puts me in a mind to where now, okay, I'm starting to think for myself, because I know the characteristics of God now, because I commune with him myself. I don't just listen, I commune with him for myself, and now I'm seeing the way that you treat people is not lining up with what you teach.
Man, yo, man, and I'm gonna tell you this, man. I recently just had a conversation, man, with a brother who was atheist, and man, his biggest complaint against the church, and also, as he say, religion, was not so much the doctrine of religion, but the practice of it, right? I mean, you know, just how people treated other people, man, was his biggest hang-up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so, man, that's deep that you really spoke to that. So,
for instance, I want to share this story. I have a friend of mine, a very close brother of mine, was sharing a story where when he was in the life of sin, you know, smoking weed, drinking, and he was in a bad situation, bad place in his life, and he was walking, and he seen a church. It was this church he stumbled across, and he went up to the door. He just had got through blowing it down. He went up to the door of the church, and there was an usher there, and she told him, she said, you know you cannot come in God's house smelling like that.
Man.
You cannot come in here smelling like that. Didn't you know you was coming to church today? You can't come in smelling like that. You come in dressed like, he smelled like weed. I understand. So he leaves, very depressed, and he said for a whole year he was upset and frustrated with God. Didn't want to have anything to do with God.
Yeah.
So my thing is, what if he had went and committed suicide? You know,
Oh.
my thing is, I understand, especially today's time where we're living, you have to be cautious.
Yes.
You have to be very cautious.
Yeah.
But at what point do you start to listen to God and show people compassion and love?
For sure. Yeah, man.
Is it that where we're supposed to come?
Yeah.
Because see, if it was just cultural, if it was just culture thing, like no, you can't come in here, then what God are you serving? Because at some point, all of our culture should begin to line up with each other.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, you know, like you said, man, I think that's definitely the deepest thing is to understand the characteristics of God, right?
Right.
And so many times, man, in the Bible, we've seen people who culturally, they looked at him and said, man, that's a sinner. And we
Right.
don't need to have nothing to do with them, right? But God said, you know what I'm saying, his characteristic was the compassion because it was beyond the sin that he saw the person,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so, man, I really love that, man. So, man, before we leave, right, man, we want to dive into this, man. This album is so deep, you can no way just take one interview in a couple of minutes, man, and
Yeah.
really talk about it, man,
Yeah.
because there's so much on your album.
Yeah.
But, man, just something, one little sidebar, man, that you would love for people to take away with you, right? What is one thing that you would like people to know from Religion Almost Killed Me?
One thing I would say is find out who God created you to be. And the reason I say that in my song, I said I was trying to please everybody instead of being who God made me to be.
Yeah. It's hot.
Sometimes I know a lot of people, your family putting pressure on you, your church leaders probably putting pressure on you, and they have influence in your life. There, you hold their value, you hold their opinion of you high.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you not to, but I'm trying to tell you, you will never be happy, you will never be fulfilled until you do what God has told you to do.
Man, that's dope, man. And I think very articulated well. And it's not that you're coming against any one church.
No,
or any one
absolutely
person.
not. Please,
Or,
I'm not coming against any pastors. This religion almost killed me. It has nothing to do with me coming against pastors. It has nothing to do with that. It's coming against religion, and religion destroys relationship. I'm telling you, we're gonna talk about it more, but stay tuned, subscribe, make sure you share this because the next time we come back, I'm gonna tell you how religion almost destroyed my family. It gets deep.
well, hey, guys, listen. Woo!
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this, man. Definitely you want to subscribe. You want to come back. Man, in the comments, man, tell us, man, some of your experiences with religion. So, man, thank you, Torrance,
Thank you,
man.
brother.
Like I said, man, we've had a lot of conversations,
Yeah.
man. And man, a lot of times that we've had conversations, I've talked to other brothers about it.
Yeah.
And I think, man, this gives the opportunity, man, for us to open up some of the things that we've said, some things that we thought, man, what God has downloaded to us. So, hey, guys, listen. If you don't have Religion Almost Killed Me, man, it's on all major platforms. So you definitely need to support. Man, I can't wait until, man, things kind of open up. You definitely want the Religion Almost Killed Me tour, man, in your city. Definitely, I'm telling you, it's all the way turned, man. So, man, thank you.
Thank you,
And look, guys, we'll be back.
All right. God bless.